Welcome to Martial Arts Business Success Podcast, episode 123. Now, we've been talking on our last podcast about keeping students longer, or retention. So that was kind of part one of the four-part series. We're at part two. You can, in our last conversation about developing community, the vibe, having some fun, but at the end of the day, one of the key topics is when you are kicking butt on the floor and having great classes, it keeps people excited. If you stop meeting their needs, they leave you and drop you like a hot rock. So Phil, pumping classes, mate, tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah, well, it all stems from the top. They say that, used to swear, the shit flows downhill. So if the lead instructor is having a bad day, if they're not really motivated, if they're not inspiring, if they're not like on their A game, well, that's going to flow downhill to your assistant instructors, your two ICs, and then even to your students as well.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I really want to focus on as an instructor, and what I want to try and preach to my guys, is that no matter what you've been through and whatever challenges you've had in your life or day or whatever, you're there for that 45 minutes or that 1 hour to make it the best experience that student's ever going to have. And, you probably know, I know it, but the instructor creed, I will teach this class.
As the most important class I'll ever teach, I'm patient and enthusiastic. I lead by example.
Yeah, you're just going to keep reminding yourself, even though in the back of your head you're thinking, I've got to deal with these window lickers or tough kids, challenging kids or students in class. We all know that we've got to bring our A game to every single one class. And even one of the hardest things is those late classes. You've just done 6, 7, 8 classes, you're on the 9th one, and the candle's burning thin.
Hey guys, just for you guys watching this or listening in, we run classes through till 9:30 at night. That is PM. So some of you guys may do the same. Some may just be going, oh my goodness, what? I'm in bed well and truly by that stage. So our instructors need to be on point just as much. Hey, and the same thing too, I guess, we start our training at some days 10 a.m. in the morning, if not earlier for some of the guys who do different sort of projects, class in the morning. So to do a 12-hour day and be at the end of the night still with the same energy is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so, I think one of the biggest things I was trying to get into that point, before Graham rudely interrupted, is that your mindset. As an instructor, you have to be able to compartmentalise the issues or challenges or the feelings that you're facing right there, because these people are paying money to be in that class for that 1 hour. They're paying for that 1 hour. You have to bring your A game. Make that class pumping. Yeah. If you need music blaring, great. If you need to splash your face with water or whatever, you need to slap yourself on the face, whatever. But get in the right mindset, the mental state to be able to attack that every single class, as it's the most important class that you'll ever teach.
Just to add to that, now, I know that we do this and we do this well, and we're pretty system driven and sequenced in how we roll. You can be an ever ready bunny that is just full of beans, screaming at the top of your lungs, but your class plan is disjointed. You're not going to get the flow so that everybody is getting the most from it. I know we talk about in our students and our instructors like a super drill. There's certain things you do as a warm-up. There may be some stretching in there, but it's not so much that the whole class energy drops. You got some ebbs and flows. So you start with a bang, everyone's having a good time. You may just calm it slightly, technique, ramp up the drill again, slow it down just to refine the technique, and then finish with an absolute crazy drill. So everyone feels like they've got those peaks and troughs rather than just having a pretty disjointed class. Yes, the instructor's energetic and they're screaming at the top of the lungs, but it just the flow and the vibe is not there as well too. So that's really important to get a good pumping class as well.
Yeah, to ensure that everyone comes to martial arts for a different reason. I think like if you're a parent bringing your kids in, all the kids need different needs met, right? If you're an adult, you're probably coming for various reasons. It could be self-defense, it could be for fitness. It could be just for fun. So you really want to make sure that you're ticking as many of those boxes as you can in every class, not just in one class. Like you might say this particular class, you're setting the pre-frame up for your students. Like today is going to be a really hard day, guys. I'm going to push you mentally and physically, and it's going to be a grind. And it's going to be more fitness based, but we're going to grind. You're going to, you're going to have doubts in your mind that why did I come today? So you might have that that there, but then towards the end have a joke and a giggle and a smile on the face. So they do get that sweat, they do get that grind, but they're walking away having fun. Like, wow, I just accomplished something really amazing. Yeah. So it's about setting that scene for that class, but also knowing that, hey, I haven't ticked all those boxes, which is making sure they're having fun, making sure they're learning something, and making sure they're getting fitter and healthier.
And look, don't forget, guys, with everything here, this is also rank specific, meaning you may find that the higher ranks love a good sweat, love a good workout, but if you blow their mind with some creative technique that they haven't seen before, that may be their pumping class. So again, really it's about the experience when they walk off the floor is really what we're trying to do, because, hey, at the end of the day, if they go and leave the floor and they're like, yeah, it was okay, their chances of coming back is not as much as when they walk away going, man, that was great. So whether it was, as Phil said, a pump and fitness class, it was a technical class, whatever it is, as long as they walk away going, wow, I'm glad I invested my time in coming for that session. Man, you guys are ticking the boxes and you're going to have repeat clientele year after year.
Yeah, so I guess like the recipe for success, if I'm thinking like what would be the recipe for a pumping class? 1, the lead instructor brings their A game.
Yep.
2, the lesson plans and the curriculum is set for a pumping class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, you have all your team underneath you, like ready and raring to go, like firing on all 8 cylinders. They're high five and they're ready to go, and it's that just is that recipe for success.
Yeah, and look, one final thing that we do, and this is just another thing, it's like the full stop or exclamation mark is when we finish that class, we'll make sure that we shake their hand, give them a high five, thank them for coming to class. I mean, I can't wait to see you next time. And, it's just another way, if Phil was to come to my house, thing I do is I get up and when he's going, I make sure I walk him to the door and say goodbye and see you next time. And that's really some of the things where they walk away feeling, man, wow, I was cared for. It's a great class, but a great experience as well too.
Yeah, 100%, guys. Well, thank you for listening in and tuning in to part 2 of the retention series, a 4-part series. If you missed the first one, go back and listen to that, guys. It was all about building a community. That was 122. That's the number that you want to look for. 123. This episode here was all about pumping classes, and there's many things that go into that. But I guess go back, have a look at your curriculum, have a look at your instructors, go assess. Maybe as the owner, you can go and assess your class and go and walk around and go, are my classes pumping? What's going on? Like, what's missing? And just be that sort of diagnostic sort of doctor diagnosing your classes and getting that vibe. And are we on the ball or are we lacking?
Yeah.
And see what you can change. And hey, what if you ever need any advice, reach out to us, guys. Jump on the TIMA Mastermind and jump on our live Q&As where you get to actually physically ask us questions. So jump on there and enjoy the journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the iTunes podcast. Get on the website. Get the good stuff, guys. We are here for you.
Awesome. We'll see you next time. Don't forget, we've got 2 more really killer parts of this retention series coming up next.